Our next guest is Dr. Leita Winfield. She is the chairman of the Department of Chemistry and Biochemistry from, you don't look like her at all.
No, I don't. She's much better looking than I am.
From Spelman College, please welcome Dr. Winfield.
Hi.
Hello, Leita, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Thanks for coming on Science Today. We're
Yes.
doing great. So tell us.
Opinion.
Oh, we're failing miserably, but you won't be able to tell because it is all going to be edited out. Tell us a little bit about how you, about your chemistry. I know you do about cancer drug design, and you've done some work on the Pete, you're supposed to help me out here.
Benzimidazoles?
Yes.
Yes, benzimidazoles.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your work, just at a high level.
Okay. So I'm an organic chemist, and essentially I'm interested in cancer drug development, and I take small molecules and I modify them until they give us the biological response that I'm looking for. So I'm interested in prostate and breast cancer, and my lead compound is Celebrex, which many of you may know from the commercials on television. So I've modified that structure so that it can have improved activity towards treating cancer.
Excellent. So now you're the chair of the Department of Chemistry, right?
Yes.
So do you keep a jar of acid in your desk for annoying faculty members?
I think it'd take more than a jar. It's a bad garbage can. Something like that.
They're not annoying faculty
They're not
members.
annoying. Oh, I'm sorry. This is Spelman.
It's on record now.
That's right. I can't. I'm putting you in an awkward position there.
No, I don't keep acid in my drawer for annoying faculty members.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
When I'm working in the lab really late at night, I do keep a large jar of acid on my bench top. It's my own personal security system.
See, that's a good idea. If you have your bench, keep that acid there just in case.
Yes.
I like that. So I was looking at your biography, and it said that you pursued the study of chemistry originally with the hope of becoming a cosmetologist, a cosmetic scientist, right?
Yes.
But then later you ended up curing cancer. So aren't you a little disappointed that you didn't achieve your goal?
No, curing cancer is very rewarding, but I'm excited because it feels like my career is coming full circle. I can still work on the cancer, but because I'm a faculty member, I get to explore other things that are of interest to me. So in the fall, I'm going to be offering a class that's called Beauty. And we're essentially going to look at the different ways science impacts the standards of beauty now. And we're going to look at things like Botox and that thing made popular by Kim Kardashian. I don't know if I can say that.
Yeah, you can say it.
Edit that out.
We've already been to the rat boner place.
So
There's nothing you can't say.
we're going to look at things like fat transfer and cosmetic surgeries and how science really enable all of those different
Sounds
technologies.
really interesting. That's
Fat transfer. That's what my wife claims every time I get up and just walk anywhere. I
Yes.
So your work also, you kind of try to work on cancers. You mentioned prostate cancer and breast cancer. Are those cancers that disproportionately affect African Americans, or are there other ones? Because you mentioned, I noticed that you talked about that a little in your bio. Are they? What's your take on that? Is that what are the reasons why that happens?
So we're still trying to figure out why that is the case, and there are a number of reasons that have been given, but we do know that those diseases are highly represented in the African American community, and from different levels, from being diagnosed at late stages or being diagnosed at very progressive stages. They're very difficult to treat in this particular population.
Interesting.
So you mentioned before that you take a base compound and you're interested in modifying. Is that a common theme in anti-cancer and drug research, that you'll take, some root and find it has other applications by changing the structure?
So for my approach as an organic chemist, I either look at a base compound that I want to modify, or I can look at a target in the body that I want to build a compound for. So as I'm looking at Celebrex, I may look at the COX-2 enzyme and look at its binding pocket and figure out how I can actually get a molecule to fit in that particular pocket.
Okay. And are you interested in something binding to stop it or binding to make it go faster, right?
So,
agonist or antagonist?
Right. So anything that turns off the inflammatory response, we now think that can also be used to treat cancer.
Okay, so this is part of this sort of new evolving theory about cancer, that cancer is now related to the immune system and things like that. I mean, this is why we now have cancer vaccines,
Right.
HPV, things like that.
Exactly. Exactly.
It also means the rocket in your pocket lyric about the enzyme, not just a dirty song, like I thought. Thanks for clearing that up.
Very
Yes.
good. All right, well, we got one more guest, so let's have a hand for Dr. Leita Winfield. You guys can scooch down, and we're going to make room for our final guest tonight. And we have actually enjoyed the fantastic music of Lucy and Zipper. We figure our band here, give the band a hand. Aren't they awesome? Our band here gets a chance to entertain us with their music, but let's talk to Dr. Zipper and find out who's really under the wig. Let's talk to Dr. Zipper. Dr. Zipper, Lucine is here. So, Lucine, you've been genetically modified.
That's right.
And can you tell me a little bit about what that was like? Was that something you just woke up one morning? Did you emerge from a vat? How did it feel?
It was a little unusual. So I can't talk a lot about it because it's a proprietary, speedy sort of growth process.
I see.
So yeah.
So you were like 3D printed, or almost
well,
emerging
yeah,
from the goop?
I was cloned from Jennifer Leavey, who teaches biology at
I know
Georgia
her.
Tech. Yep. But I've been genetically modified to rock much more than she does.
That's true.
And so and then.
Pretty hard.
Yeah, and so me and my fellow clones and I grew up in a sterile test facility, and yeah,
So-
it was a little unusual. We're only let out usually for about 1 week a year, late March.
So, as one of the first rock and cloned humans that you guys are, I wonder, have people tried to clone humans who are, say, funky or jazzy? I mean,
Oh, well,
how does the genome
there
work?
was a first generation set of clones.
Oh,
And,
really?
If you happen to come to the show on Friday, the variety show, we do have a clone 1.0 that will be playing the conga drums with us. Yeah.
And I hear he was cloned from the dean of the College of Sciences at Georgia Tech.
He was. He goes by the name Wormhole.
Wormhole. That was a Harry Potter character that was never very successful. They cut him out in the rewrite.
Yeah. There was also a second generation sort of, 1977 era clone, little messed up, playing the flute
Yeah.
on Friday. This was cloned from M.G. Finn, the chair of the School of,
I see.
of
So
Chemistry
you've got a
and
multiple.
Biochemistry.
So you've been cloning your lab. The lab which you came from has been cloning scientists and turning them into rockers for a while now.
That's right. That's right.
So if we picked say a distinguished scientist like Dr. Winfield, how would her clone turn out?
I think it would be great. Technology has really advanced, and so I'm sure that your
No
clone would turn
conga
out
flute thing
far
going
better,
on there, right?
Far better than the zinc fingers have turned out.
Yeah. I think it'll be a jazzy clone.
A jazzy clone?
Excellent.
Excellent.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, we are wrapping up our show tonight. We want to give a couple quick announcements, but first, how about a huge round of applause for our guests, Dr. Leita Winfield and Lucine Zipper.